Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello guys, my name is Zahra Medina. I am from class 4A, Department of English Education, State Islamic University, Win Syarif Hidayatullah, Jakarta. So in this opportunity, I will make the article presentation for the assignment of extensive reading course. The first article under the title The Audiolingual Method, An Easy Way of Achieving Speech by Chagrit Tugromart. This research purpose is to reach an easy way of speech through an audiolingual method, which is followed by repeated dialogue exercise and drills in order to improve good communication skills. The audiolingual method teach language through dialogue that focus on habits formation of students. The dialogues are learned through repetition and such drills as repetition, backward build-up, chain substitution, transformation, and question and answer are conducted based upon the patterns in the dialogue. Teachers will at some point require learners to repeat example of grammatical structure in context with number of aims in mind, stress, rhythm, intonation, and it's selected by how fluent the student in answering some of the teacher's questions based on English. The audiolingual method teaches language through dialogues that focus on habit formation of students. The finding of this research is the audiolingual language method can develop students' communicative competence very well. The second article, the undertitle CLL Community Language Learning Method and Student Interest Towards Student Speaking Ability by Sugiani Natalia. This research purpose at investigating the influence of CLL method and student interest toward the 11th grade student speaking ability. This research would conduct factorial design, where it would conduct 4 groups. There were 2 groups in experiment and control group. In this research, questionnaire and tests were really fundamental to support the success of research. So that why the application of both should be done appropriately to find the fixed data. There would be 2 instruments to select the data in these investigations. First, the writing would conduct questionnaire to classify the students' high and low interest. Then, second, speaking achievement test was used to measure the student development of speaking. The findings of this research is the student speaking ability, which is being a necessary subject for the learners in their English communication. So, for the third article under the title Grammar Translation Method Current Practice in EFL Context by Milawati. This research purpose is to improve the students' accuracy and fluency in acquiring their competence and performance in EFL classroom by grammar translation method. This study has employed a qualitative approach as a research design. The data has taken in the form of utterances. The researchers used field note and audio tape recording in collecting the data. Field note is used to notice non-verbal the English teacher's behavior. It is selected by those who were classified in terms of the grammar translation method purpose. So, the finding of this research is that the grammar translation method and communicative approach improve the students' accuracy and fluency in acquiring their competencies and performance in EFL classroom. So, the fourth article under the title Total Physical Response TPR method in improving English vocabulary acquisitions of 5 till 6 years old children by Siti Nurfalah Maryam and Takdirawatun Musfiroh. So the purpose of this research is to make children in 5 till 6 years old easy to learn English language and can understand quickly the vocabularies. This research used qualitative research where the research was conducted based on the actual condition. The data was collected by giving the students some orders related to the pictures that involve physical activities. Then interviews and observations were also conducted. It is selected by the language skill of the children influenced by how many vocabularies they have and the stimulations of vocabulary received by the children. The finding of this research is that the total physical response TPR method can improve English vocabulary achievement in 5 till 6 years old children, and the conclusion is all children have high enthusiasm in following the learning process. So the sixth article under the title Strategies in Learning and Techniques in Teaching English Speaking by Levi Novianti. So the purpose of this research is to are to investigate the strategies used by the student of SMA and 1 Curup in learning to speak English fluently, and the second, the techniques used by English teachers of SMA and 1 Curup in teaching English speaking. The instruments used in this study were questionnaires which were given both to the student and teachers with different items, and also interview guidance. It is selected by their answer from the questionnaire. So the findings of this research is that the strategy in learning and techniques is important for the teaching English speaking. So the next article, the sixth article, under the title Information Communication Technology in Education by K. Rateswari. So this research purpose ICT could use in the classroom is important for giving students opportunities to learn and apply the required 21st century skills. The instruments used in this study were questionnaires which were given both to the student and teachers with different items and also interview guidance. It is selected by their answer from the questionnaire. So the finding of this research is the ICT improves teaching and learning, and it's important for teachers in performing their role of creators of pedagogical environments. ICT helps offer teachers to present his teaching attractively and able to learn for the learners at any level of educational programs. So the seventh article under the title From Picture to Text, the use of picture in ELT writing class by Ika Apriani Fata, Shamsul Bari, and Muridal. So the purpose of this research is the teacher's point of view toward the use of pictures as media. What are the target and how are the students' participations toward it best by using qualitative design? The instruments applied are interview, observation, and felt notes. As translations data, it turned out that the findings showed that based on interview of the teacher, it is believed that media as alternative to assist teachers in teaching writing. The use of picture in teaching English as a foreign language has important role in the teaching and learning process. Pictures can help the student and able to develop some sentences to be a paragraph in teaching language skill, especially writing skill. So the eighth article under the title Teachers' Perceptions on the Use of the Communicative Language Teaching Approach in the English Classrooms by Danin Cristianto. This research purpose is to make teaching and learning process successfully delivered to students. The research aims to investigate the teachers' perceptions on the use of CLT in English classrooms. The instruments used in this study were the personal interview method to collect the data. It is selected by their answer from the questionnaire. This research findings is to make students able to communicate in the target language by using communicative language teaching, CLT, which is the one of the teaching approaches which mainly focus on the development of the communicative competence. The next article is the Technique in Teaching Listening Skill by Hidayah Nur. The purpose of this research is to make the students' ability of listening comprehension using 6 techniques and categories in very high and average levels. To collect the data, it was used some techniques such as observation, interview, and documentary. Then all data were analyzed using descriptive method qualitatively and quantitatively by concluding indicatively. So the result indicates that the technique used in teaching listening applied by the English teachers of the 10 grade students at Mantri Banjarmasin in academic year 2009 to 2010. This research finding is the teacher's attempts to use the appropriate technique used to make the student understand more about their lesson, and they can use it for practicing other skills in English such as listening, speaking, reading, and writing. So the last article under the title English Teachers and Autonomous Learning by Nurlaili Yanti, Sofyan Agani, and Zulfadli Aziz. The purpose of this research were first to find out what is the understanding of English foreign language EFLT teachers concerning autonomous learning, and the second to find out how well the EFLT teachers perform in implementing autonomous learning as mandated in the 2013 curriculum. It was collected certain curriculum. So it was collected in 2 processes of study using both a quantitative method, survey, and qualitative method, like interviews and observation. The instruments used for collecting the data were a questionnaire, interviews, and field note observation. That lack of understanding can be seen in the inconsistency between their state belief related to autonomous learning and their beliefs at the performance of their responsibilities as teacher. This study found evidence that teachers lack practical understanding of learner autonomy. As a result, they did not utilize the concept in their teaching practice. In this research, the author does not suggest this concept in the author says area no further research or discussions. So guys, the conclusion for all is that the methodology is very important for education. There are various methodologies to develop the skill content in learning. As I have said before, that are ICT, CLT, the audiolingual picture media for writing, autonomous learning, etc., etc., as well as the perception of teacher on the methodology, because without the teacher's perception, the methodology will not be implemented. Okay guys, maybe that's all from me. I'm sorry for any mistakes, and Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.